Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're diving into a really quite remarkable set of sources. Our mission basically is to explore how a really personal, deep experience with music can, well, open doors.
Yeah, become a kind of gateway. Right?
Exactly, a gateway to understanding consciousness, human connection, and maybe even what it means to live, the good life.
And what's striking about these sources, I think, is just how rich they are. It's this tapestry, really.
A tapestry.
Yeah, woven from like intimate reflections, but also bringing in neuroscience ideas, even some quantum imagery, which is fascinating.
Oh, okay.
But it's all anchored, really anchored by this deep connection to music, specific music, and crucially, relationships.
So what are we trying to get out of it?
Well, the goal is to kind of distill the core insights, What do they tell us about presence, about love, and that big one, freedom?
Okay, got it. And you mentioned specific music.
Right.
At the heart of all this is one track, Dire Straits' Sultans of Swing.
Not just any version, though.
No, specifically the live one from Hammersmith Odeon, 1983. It's, 10 minutes, 44 seconds?
Yeah, about that.
And one person in these sources describes it as, way more than just a song. It's like a passage.
A passage into something profound.
Exactly. So let's unpack that.
Okay.
So diving right in, the description of the experience itself. The source says that listening to Sultans of Swing, it kind of quiets down their default mode network.
Right, the DMN. That's the brain's sort of internal chatter, right, when your mind wanders.
Yeah, the autopilot. And when that gets subdued, they say it lets them be more present to the imaginative moment.
That makes sense. Less internal noise, more focus outward, or maybe inward in a different way.
And the imagery is amazing. Mark Knopfler's open mind channeling all the universe has to say. Like, the music's a direct line.
A conduit, yeah. It's very evocative. And it gets even more intense, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. Talk about the quantum foam part.
Right. So the feeling is described as the decoherence of quantum foam massaged into blistering flow.
Which sounds incredibly abstract, almost sci-fi.
It does, but I think the feeling behind it is about barriers breaking down. Like the usual way you perceive things just dissolves.
What floods in?
Emotions of beauty and cherished entanglement. A real surge of connection, of seeing the beauty in things.
And it mentions a sixth dimension of emotional states, like emotions becoming a whole new reality.
Kind of, yeah, expanding outwards. And crucially, it's not passive. The listener adds their own amalgamation to it.
So you're not just receiving the music, you're participating.
Exactly. You become part of this fundamental memory monolith, this huge shared digital library that swings as eternal echo.
Wow. So listening becomes this active, almost collaborative act across time.
That seems to be the idea. Your experience enriches the collective one.
It makes you think, doesn't it? Have you, the listener, ever had a song just completely transport you like that, where the lines blur?
Yeah, between you and the music, or even you and everything else.
So what is it about music that allows for that, according to these sources anyway?
Well, I think the implication is that music, especially maybe intense live music like this, it sort of bypasses our logical brain.
Goes straight for the feelings.
Right. Directly hits the emotions, the subconscious. It lets you enter that flow state where the usual separations just fade.
And creates that shared space, the memory monolith.
Exactly. A space we all kind of build together without even realizing it.
That's really interesting. And this song, Sultans of Swing, it gets even more specific significance, right? It's not just about the transportive experience.
No, it's very practical too, in a way.
Practical how?
It's described as a ritual threshold, like an entry passage and doorway.
A doorway from what to what?
From the work week, the daily grind, the atrocious tide of money-making, as they put it, into a personal, almost sacred space, a place to find reprieve.
So like a deliberate transition, using the music to shift gears mentally and emotionally.
Precisely. A decompression chamber, you called it earlier. I think that's a great way to put it.
And this connects to the idea of the good life, doesn't it?
It really does. The husband in the sources, he talks about the good life, showing up in these really simple shared moments.
Like what?
Things like a new Volvo ride, the cheesecake munchies and blitzes of traveled history, everyday stuff.
So the good life isn't some grand ambition?
Not necessarily, no. It's finding the meaning right there in the shared small things. The domestic moment.
Which builds that shared internal landscape you mentioned.
Exactly. That deep understanding that develops in long relationships. Being able to dance in our minds together through the echelons of our world.
It's beautiful. A shared reality built over time.
Often without needing words.
And then there's that line that just cuts through everything.
Mm.
There's just us here right now in our co-located universe.
So simple, but so powerful, right?
Incredibly. Especially when they mention things like wildfire smoke hiding the stars.
Yeah, external chaos.
But even then, that connection makes them feel like they're sitting on a bench beyond the stars.
It's finding stability within the connection regardless of what's happening outside. That image is really something.
It makes you think about how these deep connections create their own world almost.
Yeah.
A personal constellation of connection.
Yeah, that transcends the chaos. Finding light and meaning even when the literal stars are hidden. It's about an internal anchor.
So maybe ask yourself, what are your rituals? What helps you make that shift? Connect with what really matters. Is it music? Is it something else entirely?
Good question. Those transition points are important.
Definitely. And building on that, there's this desire in the sources to not just feel this presence, but to preserve it somehow.
Right, to conserve this presence. And more than that, make it a testament and lighthouse.
The lighthouse.
Yeah, to beacon the beauty in being. Like
Perhaps.
holding up a light for others, showing what's possible.
And that's where the albedo metaphor comes in.
Yeah.
Shining like Pink Floyd's Crazy Diamond.
Exactly. Albedo is reflectivity, right? So the idea is your own presence, your own inner light can reflect beauty back into the world.
Sparkling in a galaxy of hope. It's very poetic.
It is, and it connects to that Funkadelic reference, one maggot brain at a time.
Which sounds intense.
It is, but the point is that awakening, this kind of realization, it happens individually, person by person, through these small personal moments becoming testaments.
It's not some grand sweeping movement necessarily.
No, it's intimate.
No.
Which leads to that image of being a waypost.
Standing in the doorway, crying, and writing this storm.
Yeah, not escaping the chaos, but being present within it, resilient, grounded. The doorway itself is the stable place.
That's a powerful stance. And then there's the way the husband uses song snippets.
Ah, yes. The shared vocabulary.
It's more than just quoting lyrics, isn't it? It's like a code.
Absolutely. A common language for things that are maybe too deep, too precious for ordinary words.
Like using Amber by 311 for that feeling of warmth and connection.
Right. Or Genesis Tonight, Tonight, Tonight for clarity, that anchoring feeling.
And Road Trippin' or Moon and Back for the journey of love itself.
It's like building an intimate memory palace using these shared cultural touchstones. Each song activates a whole world of shared feeling.
So looking at the bigger picture, these moments aren't just personal enjoyment.
No, the sources frame them as actual resistance.
Resistance against what?
Against the forces that make us forget. The magic, the connection that's always available. The apathy, maybe. The noise.
Wow. So finding that connection is an act of defiance.
In a way, yes. And that galaxy of hope isn't out there somewhere.
It's right here in the space between two people really seeing each other.
Exactly that. It's immediate. It's accessible.
So for you listening, how do you use shared things, music, movies, inside jokes to connect? To say things that are hard to say?
It's a common thing, but maybe we don't always think about how powerful it is.
True. Now, as we sort of draw toward the conclusion of these insights, we get these metaphors of journey and commitment.
Like 500 miles on Moon's River, the Proclaimers, right?
Yeah, and journeys don't stop believing. Classic stuff.
And the idea seems to be about persistence, how sticking with something can change the nature of the effort itself.
So it stops feeling like effort.
It dissolves into flow. It becomes as easy as Sunday morning, which is a Faith No More reference, interestingly enough.
Right. Sustained commitment leading to grace, almost.
That seems to be the gist. And then there's that fascinating twist on the old saying about smoke and fire.
Where's smoke, there must be fire, usually a warning.
Right, from Amity Love.
Yeah.
But it gets flipped.
How so?
It becomes an invitation. Where's smoke, there must be us sitting around the fire. That's John Hopkins.
Ah, so smoke signals not danger, but gathering.
Yeah, human connection, warmth, storytelling, sharing space in the light, pushing back the dark, reframing the challenge.
I like that reframing. And then we hit this core paradox.
The big one. Love is the drug and also the message.
Roxy Music meets Arthur Baker.
It's not just a cool line. It's saying the thing we crave, the drug of love, that intense connection.
That's also the fundamental truth, the message we need to carry.
Exactly. It's the addiction and the cure, the longing and the fulfillment, the hunger and the healing all wrapped up together.
That's a lot to hold.
It is. But it seems to lead somewhere specific.
Which is?
The ultimate destination revealed. Freedom.
George Michael.
You got it. But crucially, it's not freedom from love or connection. That's the twist.
It's freedom through it.
Precisely. Found right there in the fire circle, in the amber energy, in the willingness to be present to what is.
And that ties back to reciprocity.
Yep. You've got to give for what you take. True freedom, in this view, isn't about escaping relationships, but about engaging fully authentically.
So embracing the connection is the path to freedom.
That seems to be the profound insight here.
Wow. Well, this deep dive has certainly taken us on quite a journey. Through music, through presence, love, showing how these deeply personal things can really light up some universal truths about connection, about living well.
It really underscores how the extraordinary is often hiding in plain sight in the everyday.
Absolutely. So maybe a final thought to leave you with.
Okay.
How can you, listening now, actively cultivate more of these moments of deep connection, of awe in your own life? How can you make your own albedo shine?
And maybe think about your own wayposts. Are they songs? Are they places? People? Rituals?
Right. How can you use those familiar markers to access and, importantly, sustain your own galaxy of hope?
And discover your own magic carpet ride, as the source might put it, to what really truly matters to you.
Something to reflect on. Thanks for diving in with us today.
We've given you the starting point, the first clue in this intriguing mystery. Now it's your turn to take the reins. Head over to kindredsoulsearch.com and see what you uncover. What could Kindred Soul Search mean to you? Maybe jot down your thoughts, your impressions. Consider this deep dive your launch pad, the first step on a journey of discovery.